everybody. Today we're going to be doing 50-50. I don't know if it's a sweep or a pass or whatever, because 50-50 is a position where it's a guard, but it's also being in somebody's guard. It's like 50-50. And I think the name says it all. Here we go. You're now in 50-50 position, like so. And your opponent will probably triangle his legs like this. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your foot is flat on the ground or flexed in a way like this, so you don't get heel hooked or foot locked or anything like that. So I'm stuck in a 50-50 position. This means that my opponent has no advantage but no disadvantage, has no more of an advantage than me. So if I can get a foot lock, so can he. So this position, I don't know whose guard I'm in or who's doing guard or whose guard I'm in. I don't know what my position is, so I don't know if this is a sweep or a pass. It could be one, it could be both, to be honest, because it's 50-50. That's the funny thing about 50-50. Most people who do 50-50, they opt to do triangle. They opt to triangle around your leg, like so. See this guy here is triangling it. If you want to get out of this position, although I love this position, I'm usually the one doing the triangle, to be honest, and working my footlocks from there. If you want to get out of this position, the first thing you have to remember is you have to open the triangle. The second thing you always have to remember once you've opened the triangle is you should never let him close it again. So that's a little bit later. There's two ways to go about. There's two steps to break this triangle. Actually, there's two ways, but it's two steps that are connected to each other. The first step, if you only go to the second step if the first step doesn't work. So the first step usually will work if you have like thick legs and you're big like myself, or heavy like myself, and that is just to go up to your knees. Okay. Ideally, if you do it explosively enough, the triangle around your leg will open. If you're able to get to your knees. So what I would do normally is I would hold onto one of his leg, this one of his triangle, not the opposite of where the triangle is closing, so this leg, and I'm going to post up. I'm going to post with my hand, this hand. I can't post with this hand, it's really difficult. I'll post with this hand in the back, and I'll get up to my knees. And that should break it, because normally when I get up, I overshoot and I go towards his chest a little bit, and that should break it. And if it doesn't break, there's a second way to do this. So I'm going to swing my legs around, like so. I'm going to post up. And I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna get to my knees. Now you have to make sure that when your knees are up, okay, it's a little bit bent, there's a little bit of a twist, so you have to make sure that your knees are straight as you can. So you get to your knees like this. So he might turn to the side. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You want him. That's okay. You can hold on to his leg. He can't really move. Just don't make sure that he's still kind of flat on his shoulder. But make sure that his hips are still, even if the hips are elevated a little bit, just make sure that his shoulders are still both on the ground. So this position should break, and you move forward, this should break the triangle. If it doesn't, what you're gonna do, I can switch around. So you're gonna take this hand that's holding onto the other leg. You're gonna hold onto this here. You're gonna dig it around the foot, like so, and then you're gonna dig it and go underneath. You're gonna push open, and there you go. Triangle's open. And now you make sure that your hip, you put your weight down on his hips so that he cannot re-triangle. And from here, it's a foot lock. You can do this, toe hold, or you can just really make it very difficult for the person to breathe by putting his knee to his chest.